The arrest of Tyler Robinson in connection with the Charlie Kirk shooting is now confirmed. The United States is in shock following the assassination of the conservative activist Charlie Kirk and the arrest of the 22-year-old Tyler Robinson in Utah. This has brought the tragedy into even sharper focus. After a two-day manhunt, Robinson was taken into custody late on Thursday night following a tip from his own father. His own father handed him in. The arrest marks the first decisive step towards justice in a case that many are already calling a watershed moment in American politics. Let's first recall the sequence of events. Kirk was killed on Wednesday at Utah Valley University, shot while addressing thousands of students. The assailant fired from a rooftop with a high-powered bolt-action rifle before fleeing across the campus, leaping off the roof. And a Mauser rifle wrapped in a towel, along with bullet casings marked with bizarre inscriptions, was later recovered by the police. One casing bore the words, "Hey fascist, catch," another lyrics from the anti-fascist anthem, Bella Ciao. Others contained crude online slang. These chilling details give us a glimpse into the killer's mindset, a fusion of ideological anger, internet culture, and violent fantasy. If you want to know more about Bella Ciao, check out the site of Dictators versus Democrats, or Democrats versus Dictators. I can't remember which way around it. And Theo has done a very good analysis of Bella Ciao. And Robinson is not a caricature. He's not the caricature that one might expect. He was bright, academically gifted, once a scholarship student to Utah State University and later an electrical apprentice. He grew up in southern Utah, surrounded by red rock landscapes of Zion and Bryce Canyon. By all accounts, he came from a respectable middle-class family. His father, a veteran sheriff's deputy, his mother, a social worker, but according to relatives in recent years, he has become more political, even voicing disdain for Kirk at a family dinner days before the shooting. His father recognized him from FBI surveillance images and, with the help of a family friend, who was also a pastor, persuaded him to surrender. The political reaction has been immediate. Utah Governor Spencer Cox declared, "We've got him," but warned that this was not only an attack on one man, but on the American democracy itself. President Trump, who counted Kirk as a close ally, Kirk had energized the youth vote, the TikTok youth vote for Trump, and credited him with mobilizing young voters in 2024, went further, saying he hoped Robinson would receive the death penalty. The death penalty is part of the system in Utah. The Vice President, J.D. Vance, escorted Kirk's body back to Arizona aboard Air Force Two, a gesture of the depth of the administration's grief and symbolism of the moment. Yet even after the arrest, doubts and conspiracy theories are circulating. Some commentators suggest anomalies in the timeline. Others question whether Robinson acted alone. These claims, amplified by partisan media and an obsession with conspiracy theories, risk obscuring the simple fact that a young man took up a rifle and ended another young man's life on a university campus. The wider implications cannot be ignored. Charlie Kirk was no ordinary activist. At just 31, he had built Turning Point USA into a formidable political machine, blending social media savvy with grassroots organizing. He was a lightning rod for controversy, outspoken on guns, abortion, gender, and immigration, but also a master of college debates, often inviting opponents to prove him wrong. His assassination on a campus, a place meant for ideas, strikes at the heart of free speech and civic debate. And yet, we must also grapple with the darker context. The killing didn't occur in a vacuum. American political life is increasingly poisoned by rage. The left accuses the right of hate speech. The right accuses the left of intolerance and violence. And Kirk's death is weaponized precisely the way he would have warned against, turned into fuel for partisan fire rather than an occasion for reflection. Here is the real danger, that one man's descent into violence is taken as proof that the whole section, that whole sections of America deserve to be silenced, punished, or eradicated. That is how republics corrode. Governor Cox, in his press conference, spoke directly to the young people politics feels like rage. It feels like rage is the only option. His plea was simple: resist that temptation, because democracy cannot survive if political disagreement becomes justification for murder. What happens next? Robinson is being held without bail, facing aggravated murder and firearms charges. Prosecutors in Utah have already signaled that they will seek the death penalty. A trial is expected to be among the most politically charged in decades. Meanwhile, vigils for Kirk have been held not only in the United States but also in London, where Turning Point supporters gathered near Parliament Square. The arrest of Tyler Robinson offers a measure of relief, but it doesn't end the crisis. It begins a new and more difficult chapter. America must now decide whether this moment becomes a catalyst for escalating cycles of vengeance or a turning point towards restoring the dignity of political disagreement. Charlie Kirk's own legacy, a man who thrived on debate, would be betrayed if his death became another excuse for silencing, mocking, or killing those with whom we disagree.